Some people wonder if God still makes miracles happen in this age of medical science and technological advancements. I have no doubt that miracles still happen, that God makes the impossible possible, through the hands, hearts and minds of those who ask and then put their trust in Him. My name is Dirk Brouwer and I'm a first-time grandfather of a little miracle named Levi. This is his story. On 23rd of January 2023, my son Duan and his wife Kaylee gave birth to their very first child, baby Levi. Levi is special. 1% or 1 in 100 babies are born with some kind of a congenital heart defect. Only 5 in 100,000 babies are like him. He was born with a specific congenital heart defect called singular ventricle complex. To put it in perspective, his condition has a 0.005% chance of developing during a normal pregnancy. Where a normal heart has 4 chambers that separate oxygenated and unoxygenated blood, Levi's special heart has only 1 chamber. In this chamber, oxygenated and unoxygenated blood freely mixes and travels between his body and his lungs. This puts a tremendous amount of pressure on his lungs and doesn't fully oxygenate the rest of his body. His condition cannot be fixed. It can only be treated through life-saving, invasive medical intervention.
At 22 weeks pregnant, after a routine checkup with Kaylee's OB, they picked up something concerning with Levi's heart. We were referred to a pediatric cardiologist in Johannesburg at Netcare Sunninghill Hospital. There, the doctor made the final diagnosis who confirmed the original OB's suspicions. There was something wrong with little Levi's heart. At this point, his heart was still the size of an olive. This news came as quite a surprise, and we were presented with 3 options. Option 1 was to terminate Kaylee's pregnancy and remove all chances Levi had at life. Option 2 was to perform a series of 3 invasive open heart surgeries, the first of which would have to take place within the first week of his life, after he would be born via C-section. Then another open heart surgery after 3 to 4 months, and if the first 2 operations went well, another operation when he is about 3 years old. The third option we were given would be to not do the surgeries, and to give Levi hospice care after he was born. We knew that children were a blessing from God, and wanted to do anything we could to give Levi a chance at life. Our minds were made up before the doctor could even finish explaining the third option. We decided that if we could get 1 second, 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week, or 1 year with Levi, it would be worth it. 30 years ago, a baby with Levi's condition had only a 15% chance of survival. Today, thanks to the advancements in modern medicine, children like Levi have an 85% chance. We decided to choose option 2 and proceeded with planning out Levi's medical care.
Levi's operation could only happen at 3 hospitals on the African continent. One in the Western Cape, South Africa, 1,400 kilometers away. The other in Cairo, Egypt, 8,400 kilometers away. But luckily the third option was only 72 kilometers away. Duan and Kaylee knew that the only option was the Netcare Sunninghill Hospital in Johannesburg. They decided to bid farewell to their new home in Pretoria, pack everything and move closer to Johannesburg for Levi. We managed to find them a small apartment 5 minutes away from Sunninghill Hospital, but sadly they couldn't take both their dogs with them. At this time, Duan also had to get a different medical aid that would cover the Netcare Sunninghill Hospital specifically, and that would cover all the relevant future costs. Without medical aid coverage, they would have had to come up with more than 3 million rand for the 3 operations needed for Levi. The options were extremely limited, but we managed to find one that would cover Levi fully. Unfortunately, the monthly membership for this young family amounts to about 10,500 rand, almost $600 per month, which puts a heavy financial burden on their budget. At this time, Duan also had to stop working in his job he poured his heart and soul into over the past decade. He stopped working in the live events industry and shifted to a career more suited to working from home. He gave up his passion and started a new career in content writing that was completely foreign to him, with much lower average monthly income. This change in careers was a necessary sacrifice, as it allows him to be at home with Kaylee and Levi and not stuck at a job site in case there was ever emergency. It also allows him to help Kaylee in caring for their newborn son. I relate to Duan's situation since we also had a special baby. Our firstborn son Ario was born 2 months premature and spent more than a month in an incubator before coming home. I know all too well the frustrations and challenges of not being able to be there for my family during those first 2 months. I had to do what I had to do, just like Duan, my son, now.
It was difficult moving and starting a new career. In between the stresses of packing, moving, unpacking, and taking Kelly for follow-up appointments with her new OB at Sunninghill, I still needed to hand over the last of my light events jobs to another editor. After moving to Joburg, Kelly and I were both writing from home up until Levi's due date. Levi was born weighing a healthy 2.9 kilograms. During his first week in hospital, all went well. But the day before his first scheduled open heart surgery, Levi was diagnosed with NEC, necrotizing enterocolitis, a serious condition that can affect newborn babies, where the tissue in the bowel becomes inflamed. If left untreated, NEC can be fatal. Luckily, Levi was already in the best of care and went on to antibiotics to help fight off the NEC. Due to the NEC, his first open heart surgery had to be postponed. During this period, doctors also discovered that he had developed a lung infection, which was treated at the same time. Fast forward to his second week at the hospital, now being cleared of NEC and the lung infection, Levi's first open heart surgery was approved, and he went into theatre. They attached an arterial band around his pulmonary artery to help restrict the blood flow going to his lungs. His first open heart surgery was a great success, and he went into high intensive care at Sunninghill's cardiothoracic intensive care unit. Here he spent a week recovering with various drains in both his sides and his chest. During his stay at CT ICU, he also suffered a collapsed lung and a lung infection. Through the love and care of his nurses and doctors, and by the grace of God, Levi managed to recover enough after his first operation, and was finally able to come home 3 weeks later after spending his first almost 6 weeks of life in hospital. We knew bringing Levi home was only the beginning. Since he's been home, he's been battling with various issues including PTSD, tension, upset stomach and restless sleep. It's been incredibly challenging for me to try and keep our home in order while helping Kaylee and Levi as much as I can in between doing copywriting work and taking Levi to see various specialists like physiotherapists, occupational therapists, dietitians, chiropractors, cardiologists, all while trying to get Kaylee some sleep from being up with him all night, every night. To do this, Kaylee has stopped working to devote all her time, energy and attention to taking care of our little boy full time.
Little Levi is a fighter, and although his journey has been difficult, his progress has been encouraging. He still has at least 2 more major open heart surgeries to follow. My son and daughter, I consider Kaylee more than a daughter-in-law, have shown tremendous courage throughout this whole ordeal. To see them take these challenges in stride with unshakable faith has inspired all of us. They have grown as parents and continue to leave us awestruck as they face what comes next. We believe in a sovereign God that is in control of all of His creation, and that nothing happens on God's earth without His foreknowledge and control. Duan said that if it wasn't for the NEC, they would have never found the lung infection. If it wasn't for God's providence, we would never found an apartment 5 minutes away from the hospital. If it wasn't for God in His infinite mercy, they wouldn't have been able to bring Levi home. All of these very much sound like miracles to me. Duan has been a rock to Kaylee and a pillar of strength for his family and extended family. Kaylee's dedication, patience and perseverance in looking after and caring for Levi has left an impact on all of us. Now we are humbly asking the community to help us, help our son and daughter and our first grandson Levi. The medical aid monthly membership that covers Levi's treatments is the only real financial option available to them, and Duan's shift in careers to work from home and Kaylee's full-time dedication requirement has left them with an income deficit. We are raising money to help them to make it through the next 12 months. Our funding target is 240,000 Rand or $13,000 in total for the next 12 months. Our family savings are rapidly depleting and urgently need to raise money to help Duan and Kaylee to cover Levi's medical expenses. This will also help close the income gap in the short term while Duan focuses on furthering his new career. This equates to 20,000 Rand or $1,100 per month, which would make a massive difference to this young family, while Levi will be in and out of hospital. Although Levi's first open heart surgery at 2 weeks was a great success, there is still many unforeseen and foreseen bills to come. This fundraising is a small way for me to help my son, daughter and first grandson Levi. It is also a way for me to help Duan to spend his time focusing on enjoying his boy's new lease to life instead of worrying about not being able to pay for his medical aid. This will keep him working from home where he can look after his wife and little Levi. I want him to stay focused on his family without needing to be away from home. There's a real possibility that Levi might have to be rushed to hospital at a moment's notice. We're asking this caring community for you to partner with us, either through donating, sharing their story to reach more people. Every contribution makes a real difference and dramatic difference to this young family and our little Levi. And with your help, we can give them the best chance at living their best possible normal lives. Yours humbly, a husband to an incredible wife, father to our own prem baby, a father to a faithful son, and a grandfather of a miracle.